Hey you guys, definitely don't forget to subscribe to Sassy Sexy Save TV. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We want to grow and be better together, embracing who we are, embracing our womanhood and our salvation. And what better way than to do that and to learn more and to grow than subscribing to this channel. So don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Hey you guys, thank you for joining me here for another episode of Back to Basic. So going back to the beginning in Genesis in the garden, Adam and subsequently all man's choice to sin made everyone guilty before God, and at this point, we had no hope. But now looking further into the Old Testament here, atonement is often, or is a phrase that's often used representing a sacrifice for sin. So if you read Leviticus, the 16th chapter, the whole entire chapter, it basically describes like a very detailed instructions in regards to the atonement process or atonement ritual and what to do and how to do it. All this done for God's people, or all this had to be done for God's people to be holy before Him in this ritual that was done. And they were a set apart nation, and being such, they observed these rituals of atonement. And when we go even further now, jumping into the New Testament, because clearly now we don't really sacrifice with animals and goats and lambs and things like that anymore, or put blood on things, as far as I know, on a regular basis in regards to rituals and things like that. But now looking into the New Testament, Jesus has now appeared on the scene. He's in the picture, and now Jesus is now the atonement for our sin, or the sacrifice for our sins. So Christ is the sinless lamb who took upon himself the sins of many, or of all of us, so that we might receive the atonement of reconciliation. And reconciliation, which is kind of the literal interpretation of the word atonement. So he took that for our sins, so that we can be reconciled to God. Romans 5:19 reads, "For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous." So when we accept Christ's atonement for sin, we acknowledge our own sins and receive His sacrifice. And there is no more wall, there's no more barrier, there's no more even like hoops to jump through between the believer and God once we have received Christ's atoning power. And I believe that truly acknowledging the sacrifice that Jesus made for all of us is so vital, because sacrifice is not easy. I mean, most of us freak out if we sacrifice our time for something that we didn't expect and take a detour and are upset. We barely want to do that. And so when you really think about it, Jesus is honestly the only one who would have all the right to just drop the cross and walk away and be done. I mean, He's blameless, He's sinless, He's without fault. He truly did all the right things. If He wanted to do that, or he could honestly have dropped the cross and just been like, you know what, forget this, forget y'all, I'm done. I mean, I've been performing miracles, I've been feeding the hungry, I've been loving the unloved, I've been showing love, and yet y'all still can't seem to get it together. So you know what, I'm done. But instead, He took up the cross, He took the beatings, He took the whippings for us, He took the humiliation, He took the pain. He broke His body for us, and for 3 days was even separated from the Father. And now that really is sacrifice. He gave up His life freely and instead said, "It is finished." He finished a task not any one of us could complete. Only He could have done that. Only Jesus could have done that. So because He sacrificed and provided the atonement power, we should share that power to those who will receive it, and definitely show it. His sacrifice truly set the example of how we should live out our lives for each other, for believers and non-believers, showing that love, showing that kindness, showing that sacrifice. He truly is setting that example for us. That's why Him not giving up the cross and not putting it down and walking away is so powerful and is such a sacrifice, because He had every right to say no, but He didn't. He did the hard part. All we honestly have to do is receive it, and He'll even receive us. He'll receive you. So understanding that atonement power, which is that sacrifice that Christ has made for us when He died on the cross, that is powerful, and that is truly sacrifice. Don't forget, you guys, you can always definitely go ahead and check out my blog, www.sassysave.com. All that we talked about here can be found there, as well as more scriptures in regards to the atonement and a bit more deeper explanation as to why it's so important in the life of a believer. But thank you guys so much for joining me here as we delve into the Bible even further, learning about the atonement power. I hope you guys learned something. Like I said, I know I do. It's always great to get that kind of refresher in regards to the Bible. And you know, my goal is for us to learn, but as well to not be intimidated by the Bible just because certain words or phrases, or feel like, oh, the Bible's for like, you know, people who have a great education and understand all these things. No, the Bible is for everyone. It is our guide, it is our instructions. Don't be intimidated by it. Go ahead and go into the Bible wanting to grow, wanting to be better, and get that deeper connection with the Lord and his instructions and how he wants us to live our lives, you guys. But thank you for joining me here, guys, and Back to Basics. I will see you guys next time.